All right, how are we all doing? I feel like that wasn't too bad in Game Week 25, at least for me. The players I bought returned, not too bad. We did have a couple of excelling players in, well, Cole Palmer obviously with his hat trick, but I don't know about you. I wasn't all that impressed with Cole Palmer today. Sorry, I'm not all that impressed by Cole Palmer as an FPL option because I still think he is a minutes risk. Sorry, we're just, while I'm chatting away, trying to get my team on screen. So here's how I did. We're on 57 points so far. We've also got a couple of fixtures left to go. Brighton in Crystal Palace and Liverpool in Man City. Personally, I'm not sure that there are many players from those games that could really hurt me. You know, I don't think there are many really, really popular Crystal Palace assets or in the same vein that Crystal Palace or Brighton will excel in that game. I have a feeling it'll be quite cagey and close. It is kind of a derby, isn't it? Well, it is the derby for Brighton and Palace. Liverpool in Man City. I think I've got Ekitike and Haaland there. You know, people might have Wirtz, might have a bit of Salah, might have Semenyo, but I think I'm all right for that game. I'm not sure I'm going to get battered by that one. Yeah, I think I'm. We all know he can score penalties, right? I think it's fair to say that, yeah, fair enough, you accept that he scored a hat-trick, but at the same time, I still wouldn't pick him as an option going forward to myself. The one player I am looking at in my team that has been crap is Iliman Ndiaye, though. I'm not impressed with him, and it's just a case of how much longer do I keep him in. I've obviously had him for 2 games or 3 games now. You know, the underlying data is poor. The DEFCON, 11 and 10. He just hasn't been what I thought he'd be. So maybe we'll be looking at getting rid of him. But then he plays Bournemouth next, who are obviously, not the best defence. So we'll see. But yeah, 57 points. We're up 27,000 places. I feel like in Ekitike, I've got someone that can still be a little bit of a difference maker for me. You know, we'll look at the threats. Obviously, João Pedro, big threat. Enzo did nothing. Hang on, if we zoom out, I can see influence. Yeah, and Jai's a big one for me. Ekitike is not bad either. So Ekitike is going to have an impact on my rank. Obviously, Haaland won't. Yeah. Big swing versus Enzo, but at least Enzo didn't do anything this week, so you know the pain is not quite there. We'll talk about the rest of my team. So I've got Sanchez and Chalobah, my double Chelsea defence. They just keep shipping goals, don't they? I can't really sell them, but at the same time, I can't say I'm overly impressed with them. We obviously had the Arsenal clean sheet. I think Gabriel was potentially close to being awarded DEFCON, but that didn't happen. Timber, both he and Timber got 6 points. I think I'm fairly happy with my Arsenal triple up now, going into double game week 26. I've got the 3 that I've banged on about in all of my videos is the best 3. And it would just be my luck that Saka, he's going to start in the week, isn't he? No doubt about it in my mind. Do really well, outscore all of them after I sell him. I'm sure that's going to happen. Elliot Anderson, continues to score points. Another game of DEFCON. Only a 4-pointer for him today or yesterday, but I mean, the bloke is just on crack with the returns that he's been getting. I think we got to do something about Ndiaye. I just don't know if this is the week to sell him. I mean, if I look at my team, I've got 2.1 million in the bank. So I do have a number of midfielders available to me. I'm just wondering which of them should I buy? It's not exactly like the game is, I don't know. Maybe I'll just get bonus magnet in. Or maybe I go 3 up front. And the actual replacement for Ndiaye is Thiago. Because the fixtures are not too bad. Once they get 26 out of the way, Brighton, Burnley, Bournemouth, Wolves, Leeds, Everton. Maybe the replacement is actually to use 2 transfers. Sell Ndiaye for a bench sort of midfielder and upgrade Mark Gu to Thiago. Maybe I could do something like that. Rice being pushed back, but he still scored 5 points. I'm quite content with Rice, and I think he's still able to get the returns that he was getting through the set plays. I think we all know what Rice is about. Whether he's an option in your team for like the full rest of the season, questions open on that. And Bumo, obviously the goal he scored was from a fantastic set piece routine from United. They look good, the Man United. There could be a haircut coming after the West Ham game. And yeah, I'm really happy to have Mbeumo in there. He played, yet again, more minutes than Cunha did. So I think that shows his sort of place in that United team. I was a little bit worried after Man City, Arsenal, 70 and 68. But last couple of games, it's been 90, 86, right? Yeah, I think, Nixie, that's the move. Save your 2 transfers and get Thiago in. Yeah, Bruno G, but... Don't know about him. And then obviously Bruno captain. I think that will work out, but I guess we'll see. We'll see what Haaland does today. I do wonder what Haaland EO is. I'm just going to go on live FPL actually and have a quick look at Haaland's EO around my rank. Oh, so this is saying I'm 228k overall at the moment. Interesting. So Haaland's EO around my rank. Where's that? There it is. So he's only 100% actually. So pretty neutral. Bruno was very popular. Ekitike is only a third as well. Yeah, I'm hoping then if Ekitike does well, which I think he's perfectly capable of doing against Man City as well, I think we could be cooking again. And the players that could hurt me, Thiago only scored 5 points, didn't he? João Pedro hurt me. It's whether you go João Pedro or... It's live FPL, mate. It's whether you go João Pedro or Thiago, I think, isn't it, Nixie? But looking at the fixtures, I think the logical play is to bring in Thiago. And then you're asking the question, do you triple up on... Sorry, do you keep Ekitike in your team for the rest of the season? It's all a little bit... Yeah. Are you tempted by any Palace assets? Yeah. They could be good. I think I need to see a few weeks to see if they can, ride the wave of crap that they've been going through, basically. Is Mbeumo essential? No, definitely not essential. He's good, but not essential. I think if you've got Palmer, you keep him, right? Shall we have a look at the games? We always do this, quick review of the games. I'm only going to be able to be live for about half an hour because I've got a few more things to do this morning. So yeah, obviously Lee's winning 3-1 against Forest. Another goal for Calvert-Lewin, so he went 3 without scoring. That puts him on 10 for the season from 9 XG, so I mean he's having a pretty good time of it. I don't think many people have other Leeds assets, let's be honest. The only other talking point, I guess, is quite a few might have Rodon, who got DEFCON. Forest, poor. Everyone's interested in Anderson. Start of the game, his DEFCON numbers were low, but then they gained and gained. He finished on 13. That's probably everything there is to say on that game, really. A bit of a shame that we had a Friday deadline for Leeds against Nottingham Forest. Should have been a better game. Then we have Man United Spurs. Seeing that both Romero and Van de Ven were playing, I must say, a little bit worried for Man United in my Bruno captain, but that was waylaid by Romero being an idiot and getting himself sent off. He's not painted himself in a good light with Spurs, complaining due to the lack of signings of the board in the week and then getting himself sent off. And I think he's got a 5-match ban now. Is that correct? So he's going to miss 5 games. So that's all. He's done his bit to strengthen the Spurs squad, hasn't he? And Mbeumo and Bruno with the goals. Bruno had more than just that chance in that game. So he put up well over 1 expected goal involvements. He had a good few... he had a good few chances in that game. Who should I kick? What, someone call me Harry Potter? I don't care, mate. I can say what they like. 4-match ban, my apologies. But yeah, I thought Bruno could have had even more in that game, really. Did he get max bonus? No, Dallo got the max bonus points. And Mbeumo didn't even get bonus in the end. Interesting. Yeah, anything else to say on that game? One thing I would say is, obviously, Solanke's back in the Spurs team. How's he looking? 79 minutes again. It's just Spurs. You can't really back a Spurs player, can you? And the fixtures just aren't there. I think Thiago's the one to go for. That's it, really, on that game, I think. Man United looking good. They could win 5 in a row this week. And I think all their options look pretty decent. One player I think that might be going under the radar a little bit, if you want to go triple Man United, is Cunha, because he could have scored in that game. He's a player that's going to put up low expected goal involvements, but because of his ball striking from outside the box and stuff like that, I think he's still going to score goals. He's just not going to light up the stats in terms of expected goal involvements. But his minutes have not been amazing. And in comparison to Mbeumo and Bruno, I think you put both of them ahead of him. Then we had Arsenal 3, Sunderland 0. Gyökeres with only 30 minutes, but he scored 2 goals. I mean, Arsenal going into that game, I think, were 56% to keep a clean sheet, according to the Rob T data, and they did. Rice with 13 defensive contributions and a clean sheet point, so he landed on 5 points. Although, have a look at the weeks that he scored points, and have a guess of when I brought Declan Rice. Yeah, that's right, Gameweek 21. So, not done so well since I brought him in. You just wonder, is he a season keep, though? Or once this double's out of the way, could you buy a midfielder that's better? I'm not too sure I can, especially with Njai in my team as well. Any other talking points, really? Obviously, Timber started. There was a little bit of doubt around him because he wasn't pictured in training. But then Arteta came out in the press conference, said he's fine. He played the full 90. And also, the thing is with the double as well, obviously, it's Brentford Wolves for Arsenal. In the middle of the 2 games is the FA Cup weekend when they play Wigan. So it's quite obvious that FA Cup weekend in the middle of the 2 Premier League games is when they're going to rotate. So I think Timber, I would hope, unless he picks up something in the first game, will play both games of the double. And the only question is, like, can you use your triple captain on Gabriel for Game Week 26? We'll see. I mean, he's a known quantity in the sense that we know he's fit, we know he's ready to go, we know Arsenal are playing well, keeping clean sheets. The reason you don't do it is because you think later on in the season, maybe someone like Haaland will have a double game week themselves and could do better than triple captaining Gabriel. That's really the logic. But yeah, it is a question. Do you triple captain Gabriel next week? Bournemouth 1, Villa 1. Did we learn anything from that game? Probably not. Rodgers continues to be fairly decent. He's all right, I think, Rodgers. He wouldn't be in my team personally. He scored another goal from 0.2 XG yesterday. He's always going to, just because he's a quality player, pop up with goals. And to be fair, the Villa fixtures are not too bad coming up. I guess the one highlight from Bournemouth at the moment is Hill. So in Hill, you've got a 3.9 million defender. Really quite decent fixtures coming up. He hit 9 DEFCON. So he's averaging, where's the DEFCON per game, per 90 number? He hit, not 9, he got 11, didn't he? Sorry, I'm scrolling like a madman here. So hit DEFCON a lot this season. He's 3.9 million. He's averaging, where's the DEFCON average? 10.53 DEFCON per 90. So he could be a good option. Their new signing, Rayan from Brazil, scored. He looks pretty good. Goal and assist in, 100 minutes of Premier League football. That's pretty positive. Not sure really there's anyone else from Bournemouth. I'm looking at Senesi maybe. He only got 5 DEFCON in that game though. Unbelievable that he only got 5. Hang on. 7 recoveries, but that doesn't count towards the DEFCON numbers, does it? No, only 5 in total. Yeah, that's probably it really. Hill's the only player I'd go for, to be honest. Then we have West Ham 2, Burnley 0. I think that might seal Burnley's fate, to be honest with you. I think it certainly looks like Burnley and Wolves are 2 teams that are definitely going down. No return for Bowen in that game, but Somerville does look like West Ham's. Well, he's very good for West Ham recently, isn't he? 4 goals in 4 games, decent underlying data, and he's definitely passing the eye test. The question is with Somerville, he's obviously the same price as players like Elliot Anderson, Garner, these bonus point machines, right? It's just a question of, do you actually go for him? There's another player that's emerged, which we're moving on to. Dewsbury Hall, Everton 2, Fulham 1. 13 points for him, goal assist. He's obviously first 90 minutes since returning from injury, and he got a goal and assist. I think you know what you're getting from Dewsbury Hall, right? He won't return every game, but he's a very, very decent asset in the game. And yeah, 4.9 million. You can't really ask for much more than what he's done this season, I don't think. Any other Everton shouts? I don't really think so. Well, Garner again, 16 defensive contributions, so 5.2 million. His points have been really good. What else do we have? Njai, 10 DEFCON for him. He's bloody annoying, isn't Njai? I need to think about what I do with him because I'm not sure. I'm not sure Everton are good enough going forward that he's actually going to get the penalties and open play returns. Chelsea 3, Wolves 1. Palmer with a hat-trick. can't say, I don't know about you, I can't say I'm actually that impressed by Palmer. I know he scored 3 goals in a game, but 2 of them were penalties. He only played 60 minutes, and he said himself there's not been a game yet this season where he's been fully fit. He's managing this groin problem. I think if you got him, you keep him, but I wouldn't recommend buying Cole Palmer, to be honest with you. You cannot predict if he's carrying something when he's actually going to play. Even if, there's a cup game in the middle of the two, I just don't know when he's going to play. João Pedro with 2 assists, despite only 0.06 expected goal involvement. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 goal involvements in 4 weeks for him. Looks really good. Obviously, he's played well in the Champions League as well. He's in a really good run of form at the moment under Rossini. They did annoyingly bloody concede. So my double Chelsea defence didn't do great. But Chalobah did get 11 defensive contribution points. He's a fairly solid option in the game, isn't he, Trevor Chalobah? And Leeds, Burnley, you bench him for the Arsenal game, and then you could probably just keep him for the rest of the season, really. What else do we have? And then the final game, Brentford 3, Newcastle 2. A rare away win for Brentford, especially considering it was at St James's Park as well. I mean, you think St James's Park is one of the toughest grounds to go to, and Brentford, not necessarily that good away from home. They certainly did okay. Dango's done all right in recent weeks. 3 returns in 2 games, but not sure I'd be picking Dango. Thiago's the one, isn't he, from Brentford, really? Scored again, obviously it's penalty. Once he gets this Arsenal fixture out of the way, I think he could be a real option in the game again, to be honest. Brighton, Burnley, Bournemouth, Wolves, Leeds, Everton, Fulham. It's a good old run till the end of the season. I think he could be a good option. And yeah, exactly, Nixie. Back-to-back wins at Villa Park and St James's Park. Maybe they're turning their away form around as well. That was it for the games. We've obviously got Brighton, Palace, Liverpool, City coming up. I've gone through my team as well. To do the quiz to round things off. I've done a quiz if anyone's interested in doing that. And then I do need to go because I've got a few things to do today. Verts is decent, but I would probably be looking at Liverpool assets from Gameweek 28. I think you look at HATTRICK. Man City this week, Sunderland away. Well, to be honest, they're not too bad at all, are they? But Gameweek 28 is where they get really good. I'd probably get through 26, and then you could consider these Liverpool players to be strong options. I think with any Crystal Palace player like Munoz, jury's out on them, really. I think they've got some downturn in their club to turn around, really. Yeah, and HATTRICK could be benched. I'd be inclined to agree with that. I'm going to do the quiz. No one said they wanted to do it, but I'm going to do it. Come on then. Who is the top scoring player this week so far? It is Cole Palmer. So well done, Groin Palmer. So well done, everyone that said Palmer. 20 points for him. He might well be the top scoring player come the end of the week as well. I'm not sure if anyone will do more than that, but we shall see. Anyone guess who that is? Any guesses for who that is? I'm just going to check something a second while that's on screen. No one has got it. It is Dewsbury Hall. So well done, everyone that said Dewsbury Hall. What's your thoughts on Abraham? Not convinced, mate. I think he's playing second fiddle to Watkins. I just don't rate. I don't like him. I think it's Thiago and Haaland or bust, really. Okay, so who was then? I'm going to pull it up. Who was the most brought in player ahead of Game Week 25? Who had the most transfers in? I'm going to find it. It was, of course, João Pedro. 10 million transfers were used. João Pedro, the most popular. Next question. Any guesses for who this is? Any guesses for who that is? No one guessed it. Well, maybe Andy got it. It's John Terry. So well done everyone that guessed John Terry. I love that little running joke. I thought I'd chuck it in again. There'll be some people that are gutted to miss that. And the final question then, before I do have to go, how many points do I have so far in Game Week 25? $57 points. So there you have it. I think we're going to leave it there if that's all right. I've got to get ready to go home. And I also broke my chair, RIP my chair. It gave up the ghost last night. It was its final straw. I leant back in it and a screw just snapped and it broke. It was in tatters, so I'll share a picture. I'll share a picture of my fallen friend. I have to go and pick up a chair from Argos. There she is. Fallen soldier. RIP chair. So yeah, it's already tattered. So no, I'll show you. This is my setup this morning. I've taken a chair from the kitchen. I did an hour and a half podcast before I came live on this, so I've been sat in this chair for about 3 hours this morning. So we've got our chair coming from Argos. I'm very excited. So yeah. Right, that'll be it. Cheers everyone for watching, and I'll have a video out tonight. I'm deciding whether to go ultimate guide or wild card. Do you think there's much value in doing a wild card team this week, or should the topic be, I think it's probably an ultimate guide video tonight. Let me know what you think. The ultimate guide or a wild card team. I'm not decided. I think ultimate guide. I'd be inclined to agree, because I think Gabriel triple captain is the topic, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. Ultimately. You want some guidance? Right, we'll do the ultimate guide then. We'll get that cooking while I'm back home. All right, see you in the next one.